Good morning, Art-Alchemy, or good afternoon. Today I have for you a very short video since we're still in paintober. I did sketch this and you guys can pause this if you want to follow it. You just draw a circle and then you take off this where it intersects. And then this is going to be for the bottom. This is an apple. And this is a very bare minimum sketch. I'm going to demonstrate how to use soft pastels since we're still in paintober and I just needed to do a quick video. I'm going to use my Sennelier. You're going to see this on this weekend, our haul. So I'm going to take them for a spin. This is my new box of Sennelier 60 soft pastels in this beautiful box. So we're just going to use the top and I'll show you. This is the top and then it goes like this. And the only thing is that normally they come with a gridded, and this one does not. I bought it at Blick for about $90 or $89, and it's amazing. They're soft pastel half sticks. I like to work with the half sticks rather than the full sets. I do have some full sticks, and they're very overwhelming. These are small, short, and chubby, and I could easily just run my fingers through. So I was very surprised. It does come with this, the Sennelier, like all their products, but I was very surprised it didn't come with a sample. Usually it does with soft pastels, and this one did not. I'm not sure. Maybe because, and I did notice I have to fix a couple of things here on the wooden thing, but that's okay. It's cool. What I like is that all the dust and everything stays contained. So I am gonna demonstrate this on soft pastels. I cut in half. And I use my syringe. The scissors. It's really cool. And this is 600 grid. Uart pastel, the sample sheets that they provided me this summer. So it does make a difference. So this is all going to be with soft pastels, nothing else added. You can use watercolors, gouache as an underpainting, but I'm not going to. Today it's just, like I said, it's just going to be a direct. And I have all the stuff from that I hauled and all over here, so excuse my messes. And I have some things, and I was doing a live, and yeah, life happens, I guess. But like I said, this is gonna be a process short video. And okay, so I was talking to myself for a couple minutes, so I put my stuff down so you can easily see what I'm doing. You can follow. It's just like an apple, just a regular sketch. I do have this. You're gonna see this on this haul I did buy, and this is to blend. These are for pastel, super soft brushes. So we are gonna use this middle one. Oh my gosh! So we don't, in case you want to use your fingers. These are also Sennelier brand. You will see a video in the coming future after the haul of all kinds of Sennelier products, because I actually, so this is a soft brush. This is, I bought this from the Blick liquidation that you're going to see this Saturday. This is a number 8 lip pastel Sennelier. These are expensive, and I got them for $15, well $5 each, and I am so glad I did, because I'm starting to do more work in soft pastel, and sometimes I really don't want to use my fingers. So it's easy. It's really soft. You just blend your soft pastel. So we are gonna use this today. Okay, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I am. I love wet media, but soft pastels have gone, and I could actually, you can actually melt it with alcohol if you like. Maybe I will do that. Like the apple part or the background. I'm not sure. You can do that, and you can also melt it permanently with any type of acrylic medium, and that will be permanent. And then you don't have to you wouldn't have to varnish it with any spray. But okay, we're gonna get started with the actual apple. We are going to use a variety of colors, not just the red. So we're gonna start with like a yellow, actually sort of green, some sort of green actually. This is a green, so yeah, we're gonna start with the green, and you're like, oh, green, because you'll see, it'll bring the apple to life, sort of say. We're gonna use it for also, I think I have another type of green. I might have to use the others, the bottom set, so I don't have a red on here. And we're just gonna give it a whirl and layer apple, because that's our main theme of the day today. Use this, sometimes soft pastels can feel like drawing, but it's not drawing. Use the side of it and not the top. I've been so happy. I think you guys have enjoyed it, where I am just sharing what I actually do off camera and things like that. So we are gonna use, like I said, using our brush is not very messy, but I normally use my fingers, but today I was like, no, I'm gonna try out this brush. So we're gonna see, it is dusty, so you might want to put less product. And Sennelier is not cheap. This was $89, but normally this is like $150. It came in this beautiful wooden box, so it was just it was a product that I just couldn't pass. That's all. And as you can see, it blends really well, too well that it's like, wow. And Sennelier is very pigmented, very pigmented. So I might have gone a little bit overboard with the soft pastel here, but that's alright. I might just put some of it here to add some shadow. So since I'm not looking in a reference photo, I'm just gonna pretend that this is our shadow for the apple, because depending on where do you see it actually. So that's fine, that's okay. You can, I often like to work from memory and not from reference, because I feel like the reference takes the fun out of it for me. So just imagine this apple like in my, and you can see, and if it's too much dust, you can easily, I'm just gonna do it in here for today, but you can just easily just tap 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 tap. See that? And it comes right off, and all you have to do is wipe it, and that's it. Make sure you're in a ventilated area if you are. See how it blends really nicely with this. So we're gonna keep on blending, and I'm gonna add a little bit to our stem, not too much, because our stem is gonna be a different color. It's gonna be like a brown, but I did put a little bit of pastel that I would liked. But like I said, that's perfectly fine. Right? Now we're gonna give it another And soft pastels is a different type of feeling. That's why I use it often in my mixed media. We're going to use this yellow. And you're like, yellow? What in the world? Yes, yellow. And this time we're gonna leave our leaf alone. And yeah, you might think an apple is easy, but trust me, and it's a lot harder than you might think. That's why we start off simple. I have done an apple and other studies um like in and we're gonna do this yellow like in oils. See, so it's in your pasta you can easily just remove the other product, but just wiping it down with your thing and it's all clean up and put it back. Let's see, and you just, if you have a rag with you like I do, you just clean your fingers and you're good. It is as messy as charcoal if you ever work with charcoal, but it is not as messy as it is not messier, but it can be. But this is, I think it's a little bit less. I think I added a lot of product, so I might melt this at the end. I might have to tap it. So what I'm gonna do, I have this, and I'm going to, I don't like to waste product because like I said, these are expensive because they are, it's a direct pigment. There's no binders in here, they're absolutely nothing. So they are expensive for that reason. So I don't want to waste it. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put in here and I'm gonna demonstrate the other technique, the wet technique on here. Okay, so we're gonna just her stem there from our, and I'm just gonna take more off, more, and that's why I have this brush. Otherwise I would use my fingers, but the fingers give it a different effect. And I'm just gonna use what I have in my brush and start to blend my background, which is fine. See, it makes things so much easier. Look at that. And yeah, it gives it, it's not gonna stay like that, but you can now see the shadow a little bit better, and that's not gonna stay like that. I'm gonna give it another whirl, but it is quite, I went overboard. I was excited to do this. So I am gonna put this, our apple, to the side for a minute, and I'm gonna demonstrate the wet technique for you guys. So we're gonna, this is like a leaf now, I think, or a feather, whatever it is. I sketched something, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a leaf. So and you see how you can paint. I am gonna wet it though. I might add something else to it at the moment, but I am gonna put some, I'm gonna put some alcohol here, so it'll become, so it doesn't move anymore, and it will become an underpainting. So see, it's a pretty cool leaf here, or might be a feather, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's kind of cool. I like the mirror type of effect that it does have, and I'm just gonna let it let the alcohol sink in, and you can move it, but I like it to have like move naturally. But I do like it the way it is now. It is not finished. Like I said, it's in underpainting now of a leaf, and we're gonna add more layers to it. And yeah, you can easily see. So that's the wet, dry, wet technique. We're gonna put this to the side, and we're gonna continue back on our apple. This is all gonna be dry medium. So now we're going to find, well, let's do our background before we hit the we might give our leaf, yeah, a little bit more dimension. I think I had some sorry, I have like an obstruction of my throat. So I am gonna leave it like that because I like it. But if you do what you like to do, but I am gonna leave it like that. I do like that. I am gonna give the background. I tend to go with this baby blue. I don't know why, but a lot of my oil paintings have this type of blue. I just like it. I'm not sure why, but I do like it. And if you're wondering, soft pastels is, like I said, it's very expensive. You can practice with charcoal in the Derwent products. It took me a long time. I was very lucky that I enlisted soft pastels. I'm a mixed media now. When I was just playing around with the watercolor and learning oils, but you can. What you can do is, well, right now, take advantage of that Blick, sale that is happening. It is, it's hard to pass it on. I've done two McPherson's back to back, and I have a third one on the way, and there will be a fourth one just on like Fabriano paper. It's quite good. I cannot emphasize on that. Let's try, let's see. Yes, I like the way this looks, but I should have not done that. I do like the way this looks. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend. In our background, I might just wet it. I'm not sure, because it's holding the product, but not the way that I've hoped for. But I think okay, we need our for this, so we're gonna tap again. So it takes, what I've noticed from the Sennelier, from the ones I have, these, the dust is the product. It's like I said, there's no binders, nothing. It's the direct product. So see how we're gonna tap on this side a little bit more on our leaf. And that's okay if the back is dirty, you're gonna adhere it to something. So okay, you see our apple has begun to take shape, and we like that. We really love that. Now I'm gonna go over where I don't want to see my lines, where I sketch. So like I said, so we're gonna, okay, I'm just gonna leave the product like that and just take it out of my glass here. But it yeah, it started to do some effects. Really cool. Look at that effect. We didn't have to do anything. So always have something on hand that you can easily tap, or even a notebook. But as you know, I'm starting to really like this. Really like this. So now we're gonna add we are going to add or we have to go to the other part, and we have to add the red because I don't have a really nice vibrant red. But before we do, yeah, really nice vibrant red, I think. No, this is a red orange, and this is where you have to make some sort of decisions. I have not swatched this, so I'm kind of guessing. So something like this, a red apple. Okay. Okay, hopefully you guys like this tutorial, and if you don't, just let me know. But I think you guys, and I'm not gonna make that mistake again and go overboard. So I think that's enough. And like I noticed from these soft pastels, maybe they were made earlier, because the ones I have, the longer sticks, the full sticks, or these are half sticks, the longer sticks are very how should I say it, they're hard to work with. They're hard to, these are super soft. So see how it created this, and we're gonna add probably more red. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of product in here, you guys. That's okay. I have to get rid of some old product. See, with the finger it takes more, so it's like doing like a magenta effect. That's okay, no problem. I could have just gone with the series of reds, but I don't want to. I want you to, because this gives it depth. And even though soft pastels are soft, they are you still have to learn how to layer, just like you would do your other paintings. I really like this color though. I really like this. See how it's turning red in the layer? So we're gonna use another red. Let's go for that red. And it's fine, like I said, you guys, like it's perfectly fine. We're building layers. You can see that it's red on, it's more red on camera than off camera. But we're gonna use this one, red orange, and yeah. So this is what's gonna give it its oomph. Sure. Okay. So see how we had to do the opposite, because actually the red would have, it was doing magenta, but this should be it. Yeah, this should be it. And it's a really nice vibrant red, like a Washington State apple. So that's how you know. Okay, and you have to look at the color wheel. I cheated a little bit and I looked it up, but for you guys, but yeah. So this is our red apple, and we're gonna see the difference. Look at that one and look at this one. There is a difference, not too much, but there is a difference. And then we're gonna give it one more swoosh with our pastel, not very much, because it's blending what we put on the bottom, and at the same time it is we're painting it, but we're gonna get rid of a lot of this product because we don't need it anymore. It did its job, sort of say. There we go. So it's not just like, oh, let me use soft pastels, and it's, you can melt them and you could have gone that route, but I want to show you the actual technique. It's a really nice, when it's cold and rainy outside and you don't want to put up your watercolors or whatever, this is a really nice thing to do because it's nice and soft, and you can, let's try, because we're actually turning into a brown. So let's go again with our vibrant red, and that should be it. Yeah, This definitely should be it. Ta-da! We achieved it. And this time I'm gonna use a little bit of my finger. So I want to blend it pretty quick. I don't want this tutorial to yeah. So we finally reached the pinnacle. It's a vibrant red. It is a red apple. And I'm gonna use the, see, so it's blended all, and we're good. And it looks like an apple, you know. Eat an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Is that what you used to hear your parents say? You can do that. I just wanted to do it. So I had it in my sketch and then I got erased, but you don't have to do that. I love, like I said, I love like painting apples and stuff. It's, yeah. So yeah, look at it. And then all we have to do is put a little bit of a shadow, and also that stem. So we're gonna get a brown. You can use black, but since I have to use brown for this, I will use brown for the there for this. And you can add, we already added some shadow here, and now we're gonna actually put it, because we're doing kind of like a still life. I had it in my head while I looked it up. It was from the Sennelier. This is actually a beginner tutorial. I'm not a beginner, but I do consider myself a beginner because on the actual grid, on the grid, I can do soft pastels off the grid. See, our vibrant apple. There you go. We're just gonna go like this. I was gonna use, but I don't feel like using it. Our shadow is gotta be right at the bottom. The shadow is if you put an apple on your counter and look at the sun where it hits it, that's your shadow. When you want something realistic to show or anchor your item, you want to put the shadow. So I'm just gonna blend it in here a little bit, and yeah, that's it. So see, perfect. Look at our apple is here in soft pastels, and you guys did it. So make sure good in soft pastels, it does matter a little bit that you have the actual product, and yeah, and a little bit of help, and you're okay. And you know, and you came away with 2 paintings. Look at that. So I hope you guys enjoy this and try it out yourself, and let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in another video on Friday live, and if not, Saturday's video is already recorded. Take care. Go Dodgers. Bye bye.